When musicians talk about the notes in a scale or the chords that are in a key, we usually talk about them using numbers. I learned it as the Nashville numbering system. But essentially, each note in the scale, each corresponding chord in the key is given a Roman numeral. The root of the key, that is the key name, for instance, key of C major, C is the root, is called either the root or the one, and then each note after that gets another number. So a common chord progression in pop music, country music, is the root note and then its fourth and its fifth. Musicians might call that a 1-4-5 in whatever key, and then people can know, they can figure out on the fly what those numbers mean for that key. And that's one nice thing about it. It used to be that bands would just, a band would get together on Saturday night of whoever happened to be there, and whoever knew the song would call out the chords. But if you yell D and someone else hears B, that's hard to do. But sometimes the singer would just hold up his fingers on his left hand behind his back. Now we're at the 1, now we go to the 4, go to the 5, then there's a 2 in the turnaround, or things like that. So referring to them as numbers makes it easier, or makes it less confusing, but it also makes it easier to just move from one key to another. A 1-4-5 is a 1-4-5, and if you go from the key of C to the key of E flat, it's still the same pattern. You have to use different chords, and it requires a lot of familiarity with the scales of each key. But using the numbering in the long run is an easier reference tool. And here you'll see the Roman numerals, the numbers are written as Roman numerals. And that also gives us an indication. You'll see that the 1, the 4, and the 5 are capitalized. The 2, the 3, and the 6 and 7 are lowercase. In any major key, the 1, 4, and 5 are major chords, and the 2, 3, and 6 are minor chords. And the 7th, the little circle above that 7 in lowercase, means diminished, because the 7th chord will be diminished. So in the key of C, the scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C, the octave. The chords are C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished. But in the key of E flat, guess who had to pull up their cheat sheet? In the key of E flat, those chords, the chords in E flat, would be E flat major, F minor, G minor, A flat major, B flat major, C minor, and then D diminished. So the numbering system just makes it easier to refer to the scale degrees, and easier to know what type of chord we're dealing with when it's written down. But it's a shorthand for communicating these things, not necessarily a shorthand, but a way to help prevent confusion and make sort of a universal reference for all of these things. So this is not something that you need to be completely familiar with now, or maybe even ever, but it's helpful if you're reading references about music or listening to musicians talk about a song to know when they're using these numbers what they're referring to. And I will almost certainly at some point refer to, and there it goes to the 6, or the fact that the 2 and the 3 are always minor, or in case of a minor key, then they're major. So you should be familiar with this numbering system and use it if you can. This is Joel.